All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I is, the good doc, Dr. Mike. Back again, once again, with another classic, needed. Somebody wanted it. I provided it. Type live stream for the ass today. I sincerely hope that everybody is blessed. Sincerely hope everybody's having a good one. The good dog's having it. Good dog's having a fantastic day. Official time check 8:33 in the p.m. Eastern Standard, 7:33 Central, which makes it about 5:33 p.m. for everybody repping that West Coast, and of course, 8:33 in the a.m. Philippine Standard Time. Wherever you are reporting in the world today, maraming salamat sa lahat, and thank you guys for joining the Good Doc on this particular live stream today. You could have been anywhere in the world today, but you know what? You guys are here with me, and I'll forever be grateful for that one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like you guys are just as excited about this particular live stream as I am in delivering this particular live stream, okay? The main chick versus the side chick. What do you do if you ever get caught cheating on your Filipino, okay? What do you do if you ever get caught cheating on your Filipina? Now, people tend to ask me this question a lot. They be like, Doc, what do you do if ever you get caught up with a side chick? And I'm thinking to myself, why are you asking me that question, man? I'd be like, don't be trying to get me caught up or set up in no bullshit. Now, I'm not for it. But to be honest, for my own situation personally, I don't have time. I don't have time. I choose to stay around mines 24/7. That shit keeps me out of trouble, keeps me cool. So hey, that's pretty much how my situation is ran. When we good, when we together, 24/7 keeps me out of trouble. It keeps my focus where it needs to be at. Okay, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Shit, it just I don't really make a lot of time to do a lot of extracurricular activities, but if you really want to know what I believe to be factual, and you can agree to disagree, again, this is just something that I believe to be true. Doesn't necessarily mean that you guys have to agree with it. But if you want to know what I would really do, like I said, hypothetically, don't be trying to put no words in my mouth. But hypothetically, if I ever got caught cheating in any relationship that I'm in, the one thing that I would have to do is leave the relationship, okay? I would personally get up and walk away. I don't care how hard it is. If we're married, that's different, okay? If you're married, it's a different situation. But if you're just a boyfriend and a girlfriend, if you happen to be doing your thing on the side with a side piece and a side chick, and you had to choose between the side chick and the main chick, and you really had to come down to it, my honest answer would be you can't get both of them. You can't have them both. You have to choose one. But if you ask me the truth, I would choose none. I would choose zero of them. I feel like it's not in your best interest to try to make it work. A lot of people will be like, Doc, why would you not want to make the relationship work? Plain and simple, man. You got to walk away. It won't help you to try to make it work because in hindsight, Filipinos have the minds of elephants, man. They don't forget anything. And to try to make the situation better or to try to correct what you did is going to take a long time for you to correct. Now, if you're a stone cold pimp and you're like, okay, I get caught up, so what, chick, you got to deal with it. Do you honestly believe she's going to sit there and deal with it? Do you think if you're trying to maintain control in the relationship that you have the right to kind of bully your girl into forgiving you? It's just some shit that's not going to work, man. And trust me, if she is so quick to forgive you, I feel like there's something wrong with that relationship, guys. I honestly feel like there is something that will require you to sleep with one eye open. You understand? I've never known a Filipina not to be jealous. I've never known Filipinas not to have a chip on their shoulder, especially being, dealing with third parties and stuff. And yeah, John, you're right. The idea of having second girlfriends in the Philippines is common. I'm not going to lie. I know a lot of people who have second girlfriends. Like damn near everybody that I know that is of age, like a lot of people that I know in my age bracket and above, they kind of have second girlfriends. It's very, very common in the Philippines. But in hindsight, for you as the foreigner, we can always sit here and, preach the idea of, yeah, man, if you want to run your relationship, you have to run your relationship like the locals. John, I agree. You cannot live your life during a Western type lifestyle, or your relationship can't be a Westernized lifestyle. But in hindsight, I know that if I get caught, it's not worth it for me to try to fix it. It's just not worth it because, number one, they'll never forgive you. I don't care how hard you try, how much you beg, or whatever you do, whatever you buy for your girl to try to get her forgiveness back. It's not going to work. And like I said, you do have another option. You can sit there and try to play the tough man role. You can sit there and say, you're going to have to deal with it. This is my life. I run the show. I'm this, that, the other. I'm the primary provider. I bring the money to the family, so I should do whatever I want to do. You can play it like that. I agree. You can play it like that. I'm just not sure of what the result will be. Like I said, I mean, if you're running the relationship in that particular standpoint and you are the money in the relationship, then maybe she'll stay around. Maybe she won't give you a hard time, which basically proves to me that you're dealing with a weak ass chick that is literally only with you for your money. I mean, you pretty much got that out the way and you pretty much know where your relationship stands. But if you ask me personally, I say you got to run away from that relationship as fast as humanly possible. I don't trust Filipinas. I'm sorry. I don't trust them after I hurt them. I'm be honest with you. If I ever hurt them and I hurt them bad, nah, Doc believes you got to go away from that. Okay, now, but FYI, I have to say this though, because a lot of people will be like, well, Doc, you're not really layering it the way that it should be layered. There are layers to cheating, okay? There's levels to this shit. If you just get caught text messaging or something, you might be able to just say, you might be able to blow that shit off, okay? But if you're caught holding hands, walking around and doing all of this extra shit with a young lady, that might not be something that you're going to be able to get yourself out of, okay? I don't believe that that is going to be something that I see you getting yourself out of anytime soon. Because Filipinas don't really like other women touching on their guys, so you trying to play this side chick role, which I don't understand why you would even remotely try that shit. Especially in small town areas like in a Davao or like one of these small provincial areas like Samar and Leyte and Dumaguete and places like that. Manila, you might be able to get away with it. But in these small town areas, it's not worth it to even try, man. If you're going to get one, you get one, have your fun. And if you find yourself in a different area, maybe, just maybe, you can open up the book and expand a little more. You understand? That's like saying if I'm in Davao, but I take a trip to Cagayan de Oro, a place that's hours and hours away, you could probably start all over again, or even a place that's just outside of the city that you're currently operating in. It'll be easier. But to try to play two chicks in the same area is just, it's not worth it. Okay. It's not worth it because at the end of the day, if you ever do get caught and you just so happen to really catch feelings for one of them, it's not worth it for you to even remotely try to keep it going, simply because if she ever catches you cheating, she'll never forget, she'll never forgive, and you'll be the one trying to make it right. Again, you do have an option of trying to play the hard ass and then all of this extra shit telling her that you're the money man or whatever it may be. You run the relationship. You could play that role if you want to. That is also a option. But in hindsight, the way that I feel is if you have to play that role, why the fuck do you want to be with her then? If you feel like that's the way that you have to play it, why would you want to be with her? Because now you're just basically bullying her into being with you. Or like I said, you could tell her you can stay or you can go, and then she chooses to stay. Then what? Now she's there. All right. And now you're honestly going to believe that your relationship is going to move forward like the shit never happened. 9 times out of 10, that's not going to happen. Okay, guys, I'm just being real. Because I've known guys who have asked me this question. I've known guys who have been caught up in this situation. I've known guys who have just had to bite the bullet on this particular situation. And I try to explain to them time and time again, what's the point of you trying to correct something when you know you'll never be able to correct it? Like I said, you'll never be able to correct it. It'll never be right in her mind. I just don't see it. Yeah, you can be nice to her, sweet to her, apologize as many times as you want to. But there's going to be those times whenever something pops up, it's gonna reignite her thought process on that time you cheated on her. Then you have to go through the idea of giving her your phone and shit. You know, you got to go through the proving yourself stage. I mean, it's kind of hard. I don't care how much of a pimp or how much of a hard ass you are on your Filipina. I don't care. If a Filipina asks to check your phone after you have potentially been caught, quote unquote, cheating, and she asks you for your phone and you don't give it to her, are you honestly going to sit there and think that that relationship is going to be something you're going to be able to masterfully, skillfully move through and navigate your way through down the line? No. So instead of giving yourself a headache, instead of having to sleep with one eye open with the pure thought of a chick threatening to cut your dick off or some shit like that, why wouldn't you just move on? I'm not going to lie, it's going to be hard, especially if the relationship is one that you really cared about. But, you know, like all men do to an extent, you know, we kind of have our breaking moments, especially in the Philippines. I kind of feel like we should be obligated at least one breaking moment because it's so damn hard there. I get it. But if you ever do get caught up in some shit, it's just in your best interest to let it go, man. That relationship no longer exists. You have to break it off. 9 times out of 10, she won't break it off. She'll just give you the tempo and the tantrums and how dare you do this to me. Then you got to deal with the tears and shit. The best thing you can do is apologize profusely, you know, tell her you didn't mean to hurt her, tell her you're sorry, and you got to let the relationship go. You got to let it go. Because even though we can run our relationships like the local men, we're still foreigners, guys. Remember that. We're still the foreigners. That's it. We truly are still the foreign men. So what does that mean for us as men, being foreigners and getting caught cheating and stuff like that? I mean, to an extent, most of them will be like, oh, well, what do you expect from foreigners, man? That's what foreigners do anyways. Kind of feels like we're playing into the narrative that many of us think, that many Filipinos think about us in, you know, anyways, in the first place. But in hindsight, we have to, I feel, let it go. You understand? It has to go somewhere else. It will not change. It will not get better. Okay? You think I'm joking? You think I'm playing? The relationship will not get better if ever you get caught cheating. There's no amount of counseling. There's no amount of anything that's going to correct it. I'm telling you. Because I think of it like this. If my girl was ever caught cheating on me, I would leave. I'd say, fuck it, deuces, let's go. You understand? So the same rules have to apply in that particular situation as well. She get caught cheating, she's got to go. If you get caught cheating, you're better off letting yourself off the hook and breaking the lease. You understand? Again, like I mentioned, if you're married, it's a little bit harder, a little bit different. Oh, heaven forbid, there's kids involved. Then you got to make it right. You understand? If there's kids involved, then you kind of have no choice but to kind of make it right. Last thing you want is some chick trying to use your kid as collateral. You understand? That shit happens too. Don't think for 1 second Filipinos aren't smart enough to do that. But if you ask me the truth, and I'll say it one more time, one more again, if ever you get caught cheating, and I mean cheating, I mean physical contact type cheating. Text messaging, depending on what's said in the text message, you might be able to play that off. But if you ever get caught cheating, you got to go, man. You got to run for dear life. That relationship is fucking spoiled. My dad always tell me this, man. Relationships are like food that you keep in the refrigerator, man. Sometimes that shit lasts for a long time, but let that refrigerator crack open just a little bit, watch that food spoil. Once that relationship is spoiled, what can you do? It's going to always be sour. It's always going to have a sour taste. You know what I'm saying? Like your favorite food. You love it, but that refrigerator was left open. The shit went bad. You're going to always have that sour taste in her mouth. She's going to always have that sour taste in her mouth. And you were going to be the one to pay the price. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care how much of a pimp. I don't care how much of the man you are in the relationship and all the money. You can bully your girl into forgiving you if you want to. But why would you do that? Just let it go, man. If you want to throw your wallet around and throw your weight around in that particular aspect, in my personal opinion, you're doing too damn much. You're doing too much. You have to let it go. We always talk about, yeah, man, there's plenty of Filipinas out there and all of this stuff. And it's true. There's plenty of good ones out there. So why would you hurt yourself if you ever get caught? You just have to learn. If it was a good one and she treated you well and she did right by you, oh, it's going to hurt like hell to have to let it go. But if you want to keep your peace of mind, you just got to let it go, guys. I'm sorry. That's just my personal opinion. All right, guys. Like I said, that's just my little spiel for a moment. 21 watching. I appreciate all 21 of y'all coming through and showing love to the good doc. Let me check my like to dislike counter because, yeah, I just got to make sure I check that. So we're looking at about 6 likes. Goddamn, 6. I got. Oh, that's funny. I got 22 watching at 8 likes. Y'all bugging. Y'all really gonna do me like that? This shit gonna make my live stream get cuts extremely short. I'm gonna tell you right now, this live stream gonna get short, man, because y'all playing with me. Anyway, John Doe was good with you, man. He says, just refer to Filipino culture as what to do. Simple. If you run your relationship in a Western way, you will be fucked. True. Local guys commonly have second girlfriends. Yes, that's not uncommon. Like you said earlier, like I mentioned, I agree with that one. My boy Alem was good with you, man. Carito was good with you. Fellow traveler, I see you guys going on. Alaska Whiskey was good, guys. He said, wouldn't mind having a side chick. It's possible to have one, guys. I'm not saying that having a side chick is impossible. I'm just saying if push came to shove and you had to choose one, you got to choose one. Just make sure you don't get caught up and both of them find out about each other, because that's going to be a rough road, because now you got to let 2 of them go. You ain't just one. Now you got to drop 2 from the starting lineup. Is that really what you want? What you really, really want? So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I love the Spice Girls. Anyways, guys, that's what I'm talking about, man. Let me know. Let me know. Frederick Mason from the great state of North Carolina was good with your family. Scuba Tom says, I will never cheat on a girl anywhere. I look at it like if she did me that way, I wouldn't like it. Exactly. Like I said, if you ever get cheated on, it's a hard pill to swallow. And I would have to let my relationship go if they ever cheated on me. So same rules apply. If you ever did get caught, unfortunately, you're just gonna have to let the relationship go. You have to just stalemate, call it quits, and keep it moving. A lot of people think I'm crazy. A lot of people think like, Mike, you might be able to make it work. I'm telling you, don't try it, man. It's just not worth the time and effort that it's going to take to try to convince her that you are no longer cheating. Like I said, if a chick asks for your phone and shit, let me go through your phone. Let me do this. Let me do that. Now you're at her mercy to an extent. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. And this is if you want to try to keep the relationship where you want it to be. You know, you're going to have to try your best to fix it. And why you want to do that? Akeem James was good with you, bro. I appreciate you coming through. Alaska Whiskey says, I'd walk away if I got caught, to be honest, too. There's no way that you should try to hold on to something that's broken. A lot of, like I said, you can fix a broken Filipina. I'll tell you that all day long. If she's broken and it's not your fault, you can fix them. Or I shouldn't say you shouldn't try to fix them. I forgot whatever I said in that live stream. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyways, if you, like I said, you just got to walk away, man. A lot of people are not willing to walk away. They're not willing to do it. And because of that, they're finding themselves in these relationships that are long-term, and you're just not sure where it's going. Maybe all things are good. Maybe that woman is biding her time. I have known this to be true. I'll say it, and I'll only say it one time. I knew a dude who got caught cheating, tried his best to fix the relationship. He fixed it to where he thought he was good, brought the Filipina back to the United States. She bided her time long enough for her to get her shit, and she said, fuck you, I'm gone. And those were her words exactly. Her words exactly. She said, F you, I'm gone. And I said, damn. But you know what? Can you blame her? It's the truth. Can you blame her? You did what you did. I'm telling you right now, you have to let it go. Just walk away. As much as it sucks and as much as it's going to hurt, you have to walk away. You're not going to fix that no matter how hard you try. I don't care how much of a pimp, how much money you have. That's not going to fix it. That's not going to fix it at all. Unless she's only in that relationship with you because of the money, unless that's her only reason, you're never going to fix that. And if that's a hard pill for you to swallow, I suggest you keep your dick in your pants and focus on one, okay? If that is a hard pill for you to swallow, if you are down with the one that you are with, ladies and gentlemen, and you say, you know what, fuck it, man, I'd rather just bite the bullet, stick out with what I got because I'm cool with what I got, then that's what you need to do. You know, because, you know, sometimes you take a risk, guys. Sometimes you are taking a risk in that particular situation. And I just want you to make sure that you weigh all your options out. This is one thing that I want you to know inside of your mind and in the back of your head every time you think about doing this. Am I willing to risk my entire relationship for this bitch here? Okay? If you gonna if you gonna cheat, okay, if this is the route that you want to take in life, if you want to have, you know, your little extra little side pieces and shit. And again, like I said, back in the day when I wasn't serious with anybody, there was nothing wrong with a little bit of variety in my diet, because at the end of the day, I didn't care if I took an L on a chick, because at the end of the day, I wasn't looking to settle down about that time. But nowadays, it's like, man, is it worth it for me? Is it worth it to take an L on what I got right now to fuck with this girl right here? Am I willing to risk what I got right now for this chick right here? Again, we talk about how the grass isn't always greener on the other side. We all know that. Don't get me wrong. I'm no different than everybody else. I love to have fun, man. I am a fun-loving person. Doc has lived his life tenfold since I've been in the Philippines. I mean, I have enjoyed my life. And I'm at that stage in my life where I'm like, you know what? Forget trying to, you know, get all these other girls, all these extra chicks and shit. It's just, you know, you have to navigate your situation differently than you did before, especially if you care about the feelings of your young lady. That's just the best way for me to put it. But like I said, if you aren't ready to risk what you got, just keep your dick in your pants. That'll be your best option. But if you at that stage in your life where you're like, well, shit, if I have to take an L, man, she's the one I'd rather take the L on. She's worth it. Slide up in your side piece and see how that works out. Go ahead and get her pregnant. Bring the baby mama to the house and shit. See how that game works out. Try to bring your main chick and your baby mama to baby mama and meet one another, and let's see how that plays out for you. Might play out differently for everybody else, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's gonna play out the same for you. Just some food for thought, people. I'll leave it at that. My boy Frederick Mason says, been there, done that, dog. Told old. He said, too old for them games, bruh. Time to settle and be a good man that I am. Like I said, we can all have fun. I am all for it, guys. I encourage you to date around. I do. I say date around because you got to know what you like, man. You're never going to know it in the first year or so. Might take you a couple years to figure out what you really like and consider being with something long term. It's going to take time, people. Just do it. just remember. It's just going to take time. My man Halem says, don't ruin a good thing. Don't go around breaking young girls' heart, man. Yeah, it's a hard pill for them to swallow. So instead of putting them on the spot and making that situation work, just don't do it. Like I said, Doc ain't perfect, though. I'll be honest with you. I'll never tell you I'm perfect. You know, Doc has his moments. I mean, shit, I'm no different than any other man. But at the end of the day, I'm still able to think long and hard. Is this worth it for me? Is it really worth it for me? And 9 times out of 10, it's not. 9 times out of 10, it's not. My man Eddie Jackson says, women never forgive and never forget. That being said, don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. But you got to be careful, man. I agree 100%. Scuba Time says, no reason to have a steady girlfriend. No reason to have a steady girlfriend if that is your plan. It truly isn't a good plan, but I mean, it's not a good reason. But, you know, people do what they do when they're doing it. I don't know. Everybody has their reasons. I don't know what to tell you, bro. My man Alaska Whiskey says, I feel like a lot of people be capping. There are a lot of people in the world who have side pieces, especially in Japan. Don't even get me started. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I think there's a lot of people out there who live that side piece lifestyle. I mean, like I said, man, if you want to play that steady side piece shit, you're risking a lot to do that. Cause, you know, when you define a side piece, that could potentially know it. I think for me, the biggest risk is if there is a potential that woman could know that side piece exists. If there is a potential for that, you might want to be careful. I'll say that. That's all I'm gonna say. You might want to be careful, man. My man Halem, if you got it right, you might be all right. He said if you get chalk, cheat, and move to another island. Jerry, I believe that to be right. Dealing with the Western mindset is incorrect. Your reasoning is Western and not how Filipinas think. Nah. Potato, tomato. Reggie says, Filipinas asked me to check my phone. Then whatever that relationship was over, because she's not checking my phone. I'm a grown-ass man. There you go. Like I said, they always want to check your phone. My man DE was good with you. Reggie says, what that means to me as a foreigner being in the Philippines. First of all, I'm a grown-ass man. And second, I can replace at will and kindly let her know I don't chase, I replace. There you go. Like I said, if it ever happens, I'm just saying, you just got to walk away. I think it's better to walk away. That's just my personal opinion. You can take it with a grain of salt. Everybody has their own way to get it in, but I'm just telling you, bro, walk away. It's just easier. You understand? Everybody can't handle trying to fix some broke shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm gonna tell you. I'll leave it at that. My man D says, let go of both of them and find two other ones. Never in the same town, though. The Philippine radio network will get you all the time. If you live in a small town, everyone will know. You're right. Carito, you don't have to get a dog. You'll be all right. Reggie says all men should live the free agent lifestyle anyway. So therefore, if she does that tempo or whatever, she gets mad, emotional, or feelings, whatever, I move on to the next one. Not saying that you shouldn't. Jerry says, oh boy got attacked and had to leave his hotel room at 3 a.m. when he got caught texting his old girlfriend. Ah. That's funny. AJ was good with you, man. He said, what about girls having sideline guys? Fuck, man. I mean, if your girl ever has a sideline dude, what do? Get rid of them too. I mean, the same rules apply. The way I see it. My man King James says, okay, so don't think for a minute if you cheated on a Filipina, she's ever coming back. Nah, if she came back, it's for revenge, not to ever get with you again. My rule, my thoughts exactly. I just don't see it happening. I can't. I mean, I can't fathom the thought. I just can't. Essential Classics, what's good with you, bro? AJ says they investigate deep into Facebook, looking for likes and identifying the girls, and it's hard to hide one. Shout out to my boy Reggie Dollars. Essential Classic says, I'm one at a time, man. The player life isn't for me. AJ says, let them look at the phone as long as you are allowed to look at hers. The player's life is not for everyone. Jedi was good with you. My man Reggie says, I have a main chick, but the side chick will definitely be far away in different islands. Best way to work it. Reggie Coleman says, Dr. Mike, brother, I agree 100%. Main chick called me cheating, and I wouldn't move on, no hesitation. And if the side chick called me cheating, same thing, I would move on. John, I don't think everybody's a moron or a simp. I just think that everybody rationalizes relationships differently. That's the only way I'm going to say it, okay? Everybody rationalizes relationships differently. If you do what the local guys do, I understand, John. I understand 100% what you're saying. You're not saying anything that I disagree with. There are a lot of guys who can learn the culture and literally do what the men in the Philippines do. They can have two girlfriends at one time, and most Filipinas, to an extent, will be accepting of it. I'm just not one to believe that if I'm dealing with an educated Filipina, if we're gonna be honest, if my Filipina is educated, like mine's is, I don't think that my girl's going to be 100% cool with me smashing on some other girl. Okay. I just don't see that. If, like I said, if you want to throw it out there, if, girlfriend number one found out about girlfriend number two, I think the same rules would apply, man. The shit would not be good. I don't think that we would be able to make that happen. I just don't think so. So I'm just saying it would not be okay if GF number one found out about GF number two. Same rule with me. If I had a GF number two and GF number one found out about it, it would probably be a little bit skeptical from my from my side to try to make it work. I mean, I'm just like, bro, I gotta let it go. Yeah, I might lose a little money in the process because she has a high earning potential or whatever it may be. I'm just saying I'm not sure how much I'm willing to make that work in that particular way. That's just me. And like I said, if you feel like you a pimp, do you, man. I'm not going to stop you. Not going to stop you. Scuba Tom says, he said, I'm 56, too old for games. It will take a great girl to tie me down. If she is a scuba diver, it could happen. Or if she swims, I could teach her. John, you can agree to disagrany, brother. I'm not against you. I'm not saying that anything you're saying is wrong. I'm just being honest with what we do. Kenny says all any women with common sense would leave once a man cheated on them. You should. No, Filipinas don't break up with cheating boyfriends. I never said that they break up with cheating boyfriends. I said it's in your best interest to leave her. I'm not saying that Filipinas will break up with you. I'm just saying that it would be hard pressed for me to believe that she's going to be 100% okay with you having that extra girlfriend. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that if she found out about the extra girlfriend, I'm trying to figure out what benefit do you get out of her knowing about that? That's my truth. What benefit do we get out of her knowing about it? I will never say she'll break up with you, because normally you have to be the one to break up. That's why I said you got to walk away from it. That has to be a decision you make. And if she cheated on you, you would be the one to walk away too. Like I said, most Filipinos won't walk away. I just believe that it's not in your best interest to sit there and try to figure out if you need to sleep with one eye open or not. That's just what I'm feeling. That's me. He says, let's spread our seeds worldwide. Not a good look, man. I'll leave that one alone. You can't, yes, if you do bring the Western mentality, you will fail. I do agree. I'm not going to sit there and say I disagree with you, John. I'm not saying that. Jedi says, if these Filipino girls smell any weakness, they will exploit you. You got to learn to say no. Michael Smith was good with you, bro. Charles Sullivan, Chaz, I see you, man. I didn't check the video, but I'll check it out. Rain Man was good with you. If you play the game by Filipino rules, then hey, you do you, man. John, I don't know, man. I'm not going that far. You gotta ask somebody who knows. My man Eddie. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. My man Hassan, he says, hey, Dr. Mike, I watched your HIV situation in the Philippines. That's scary. Just married one girl. Stay with one is the best way to save yourself. Condoms don't protect against STDs or herpes. True that. I agree. My boy Get Lost Vlogs was good with you, man. NY Mets fan, I see you guys in the building. I see we got 32 in the building, man. I appreciate all 32 of you coming through and showing love to the good doc. Y'all make sure y'all get the likes up on this video. I'm looking at about 19 likes and 29 watching. What we doing over here? What we doing over here? Y'all just sitting here listening. Nobody got nothing to say. Shout out to my boy Anthony Brown Jr. What's good with you? Oh man, I'm just having some fun, man. It's just the truth. It's just my truth. And here's what's real, okay, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everybody is going to handle the situation the same way that I would, the same way that John would, the same way that Reggie would, the same way that Jedi would, the same way that Carito would, the same way that MD would, the same way that all of my people do. Everybody's way of handling a situation with a Filipina when it comes to this particular aspect is different. And it's the truth. I tell people all the time, I don't encourage it, but hell, if you're going to have a side piece, if you're going to have a side chick, please make sure she's not in the same area as your number one. Okay. If she's not in the same area and you can get away to make that trip, okay. I mean, don't get her pregnant and you're good to go, right? Because what are the odds of these women ever finding out about each other? You know, slim to none. I'm just saying if. I'm not saying that you should. I'm just saying if that is the lifestyle that you want to lead, don't have them in the same area and I think you'll be fine. I mean, Filipinas are forgiving to an extent. Like I said, it does depend on the level of cheating. I did say that earlier, but I feel like I need to elaborate on that a little bit more. Like I said, if it's a text message in a phone and there's nothing in that text message that is revealing in any way, shape, or form, like you're not saying, oh yeah, I remember we had sex together last night and it was awesome. If you're not blatantly exposing yourself in a text message, you might be able to flex that one out. You'd be like, shit, that's just a girl that I know, she's a friend. You know, like I said, I would keep the conversation as plain Jane as humanly possible, you know, just in case. But I mean, if your girl catches you with your pants down, what is you gonna do? That's about as worst as you could possibly get. Huh? What you gonna do if baby girl catches you with your pants down to your knees, long stroking some chick? I don't know how she would ever catch you unless she can find a way into your hotel room or wherever you're staying at that time. But I'm just saying, hypothetically, if it gets that far, that's probably the worst case scenario. If she actually catches you in the act, that's your worst case scenario. How you gonna explain that one? What, you tripped and fell and landed on her? What are the odds of you being able to get away with that one? Just saying. Just saying. But I'm just having fun, man. Let's just flex a little bit and just indulge me a little bit. That's all. Eddie, was good with you, man. I'm just doing my thing, man. I'm just having fun, guys. I know everybody's gonna definitely have their own thoughts. That's all. And everybody's entitled to their own thoughts. Nobody is gonna think the exact same way that I do. And I understand that. I'm just telling you, if this shit happened to me, I'm chucking up the deuces and I'm going away. I'm gonna hit the old dusty trail, man. I'm just gonna be like, I'm not in the mood to have to overthink. I'm an overthinker. That's probably my biggest flaw. I think a worst case scenario all the time. So that being my biggest flaw, that's probably be what I would do. He says Filipinos are very competitive with other Filipinas. True. If you cheat, the main girl will tell you to get rid of the second girl, and that's it. And are you really gonna get rid of them? Probably not. Jared, what's good with you, bro? Probably not. But you know, I've never been in that situation, John, so I don't know. And that's a high probability too. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'll never say that you're wrong. I'm just saying that I don't know, man. I've never had it happen to me, so I can't speak on that one from experience. But we're not gonna do no 90-day fiance nonsense here. My man says, Doc, remember the dude with like 6 different side chicks? I don't know how you keep up with them, but if you got it like that, you do that one. He says, anyone that has 2 girlfriends in the same area, he has a death wish and deserves what he gets. So at least be smart about it. Okay, that's what we're saying. You gotta be smart about how you choose to navigate. A lot of people are slow, dumb, stupid, and retarded, and you can expect that they are definitely going to do something like that because they don't want to travel the extra distance to basically holler at somebody else, man. Shit. All right, guys, just having some fun, man. Let me know what you guys think. I see we got 30 watching. I appreciate all 30 of you coming through, showing love to the good doc. Y'all make sure y'all caress, molest, and de-stress that like button. Come on, guys. Let's have some fun tonight. That is what we're doing, and that is what we're doing today. All right, if you guys want to support the channel, please feel free to do so. But, of course, the good doc is happy that you come through, spend just a little bit of time with him today. Just dropping some knowledge, just dropping some food for thought, just basically trying to create a narrative to help you guys understand of different philosophies. Again, my philosophy is not the know-all be-all. The way that I handle a situation is not the know-all be-all. You guys will handle situations probably differently than I would. It just depends on how much time you got into the relationship, whatever, and how much it means to you and whatever. You know, so how you choose to handle or address the situation is up to you. I remember my boy told me something crazy the other day in an email. He was like, he was in one area and then he moved an area about 3 hours away, and the girl ended up finding where his hotel was and ended up showing up. So he was talking to this girl at one time. He just ended up taking a trip and not telling her that he was leaving. He just tried to leave her where she was and didn't have a conversation with her. Next thing you know, she ends up showing up at his hotel room. Some of the craziest shit that I've ever heard in my life. I said, you got to stick out like a sore thumb, my bro, for that woman to find out where you were. That network that she has to stretch a distance for her to be able to find you 3 hours away. And I mean, those situations are isolated. Most girls don't know people 3 hours away, and I'd be damned unless that girl was posting pictures of you on Facebook talking about, yo, I seen them at hotel so-and-so, and they posted pictures of you walking in and checking in. What are the odds of these chicks finding you when you move out of the particular city that you recently met her in? But they can find you. That P9 News Network, man, that shit is for real. That's why I say sometimes it's just not worth it, guys. But if you want to know the truth, my truth is simple and plain. If you ever do get caught, depending on how you get caught, you might just want to leave it where it is, man. Might just want to drop the mic and literally walk away. All right. Just me. That's what I would do. Like I said, with Filipinas, the situation may be different. If she is somebody who is, how can I say this? Like John said, willing to say just leave the other girl alone and don't ever fucking talk to her ever again. Just do it. Fuck it. If I could get that, if that was all I got, and I just got a slap on the wrist and a attaboy, I'll take it. I just don't know, man. I kind of feel like dealing with the educated versus those that may not have gone to school. And I'm not really dogging anybody who goes to school or doesn't go to school. I kind of feel like maybe the super educated might handle the situation a little bit differently than one that does not have a formal college education. That's just me. I think that plays a role. Maybe you guys don't agree. Just let me know. Oh yeah, the British dude got kidnapped. Yeah, we did a video on that, man. We did that shit. We did the video. That in Zamboanga. We remember that. Yeah, we did that one a couple of days ago, man. It was rough, man. But that's in Zamboanga. That's different. Article says Cebu City has the highest incidence of HIV contraction in the Philippines recently. I think that I'm gonna be honest with you guys, because there is one thing that is not talked about in that particular article that I did want to mention, and I didn't mention it in the video. Also, we talked about the whole HIV situation. We talked about it. We put it all out there on the line. The article discussed it all. But a lot of people are overlooking the fact that a lot of the cases, especially in Davao City, for what I know, a lot of the cases are happening for those that work in the call center industry. A lot of people are overlooking that shit as well. And there was a time in my life where I would swear off call center girls because of that, and I used to think to myself, why would I swear off call center girls? Then somebody told me something very intriguing and very interesting about the call center culture in the Philippines. Now, this is just some 411. Maybe you know, maybe you don't know, but you have to realize something about people who work in a call center. They sleep all day, they work all night. So what kind of social life do they have outside of work? Slim to none. If they do get days off, they're still sleeping all day and they're going out at night. So they live a nightlife lifestyle. And what my friend told me in these call centers is people be hooking up in the break rooms. And again, we talked about that dude on dude shit. We did mention that. He said people will hook up in the guy's bathroom. I'm not going in any detail. I'm not going to add on to that, but you can pretty much fill in the blanks on your own. And you imagine somebody who's living an alternative lifestyle, hooking up with these dudes at work, but then trying to sleep with the females too and shit, trying to hold it down and trying to keep it a secret from whoever and whatever, or they're just playing both teams and shit. You can only imagine how that shit begins to spread too from that particular aspect. So, there's definitely layers to this shit. And I mean, it goes deeper as you start to really consider it and know what's going on, in particular areas, or where the hot spots are, or where and why people are doing what they do to have these particular types of relationships. They don't talk about it, but I know about it. Girl be telling me, man, people be hooking up in break rooms and shit. Like, goddamn. I said, don't nobody say nothing about it. She's like, no, management doesn't care because management is never around. Let's say somebody goes on break and they have these like little pods where you can sleep and, take a little 30-minute power nap or whatever it may be. Somebody comes and wakes you up, you go back to work. They have these types of things in these call centers here. You go sleep in a pod, somebody come join you in that pod. I mean, that's really what's good. And we've already talked about it, and I don't need to talk about it one more time, but I'm going to say it again. Condoms do not exist in the Philippines, people. Condoms don't exist. I don't even know why they make them, because people don't use them. Filipinos in general, they don't know. I'd be damned if they even know how to put one on because of how little they use these shit. So you look at it from that perspective and you start to realize, man, this is something that is a big deal here. And yes, it is scary. And how we can tie this into the main chick versus the side chick, like my man said, is better you try your best to stick to one. At the very most, stick to two. So you can have the main chick and your side chick, but don't go outside of one side chick. You got to know that your side chick is clean as a whistle. You got to know that punaan is smelling as sweet as it possibly can be. Got to make sure that Punan is disease free. No HIV for me, please. You understand? You have to make sure of that stuff. Like I said, I don't condone the behavior. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the advocate for it because, Doc, when I'm with my young lady 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you understand that that's where I'm at. Like I said, my time away from her is limited. I might be able to get away for an hour and some change if I have to do something at the immigration office or whatever. But most of the time, whenever I go do something, we're doing it together, and I'm cool with that. Like I said, it keeps me in line. It keeps me having that peace of mind that, yep, she can't say shit about me if she always with me, right? So again, and I think nowadays it's funny, guys. I'm just gonna say this because it's funny. Ever since Doc started this YouTube shit, and I like really became the good Doc, Dr. Mike TV, she's only ever known me as Babe, or she's ever known me as Michael. That's all she ever known. This whole Dr. Mike TV shit and all of this stuff, it's changed a little bit. I'm not famous. I'm never gonna say that. I got YouTube fame. I'll be dusting my shoulders off and shit. And she's been around and she's been a part of situations where people have recognized me in Davao, or people have recognized me when they see me walking around. Matter of fact, I met Clintus. Shout out to him. We were in Manila randomly at a grocery store. I ran into Clintus. I hope you guys remember Clintus. And he used to be in the chat as well. Even in Davao City, when I'm walking around the Breeza Mall, people have noticed me. I'm not saying this happens all the time. I'm never saying that. But on the occasions that it does happen, she's always been around. So she's recognizing that people are recognizing me, and she might feel a certain kind of way. But at the end of the day, she knows that I'm just who I am. I'm always going to be the same person that I was when I met. I mean, I'll never be big enough to, be able to act like that asshole, okay? Act like I'm bad and bougie, this bitch. But I say that to say this, who I am to her and what I am to this YouTube thing, I'm still the same person. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a split personality type, but it's just what I'm trying to say is it's never really something that's going to change who I am, and it's never going to really change my personality. But for her to see that, or for her to have people recognize me and be like, yo, can I take a picture with you? It's the weirdest thing for me. Like, why do you want to take a picture with me for? It's weird. And I think it's weird for her as well, because that's not what we're used to. We're used to being able to walk around and eat, and I could just, chill and nobody will bother me. But sometimes, and I'm telling you, this is the rarity. It's not all the time. Trust me, it's not all the time. But when people recognize me, I think that kind of like makes her realize, like, yo, people are starting to recognize my boyfriend now. Now she wants to be around a lot more. So for me to be able to get away and do things on my own, shit, this ain't gonna happen that way. Best way for me to put it, all right? But, I just wanted to add that little tidbit of information in. But, you just got to be careful, man. You just got to be extremely, extremely careful. Let me run back. I mean, I know about the HIV cases. They suck. I didn't know where the people were. Where this was happening. He said they don't know what condoms are. Yeah, they don't know what they are. Lone Wolf, what is with call center girls? There's a lot of things that's with them. I can go on a whole tangent about call center chicks, man. It's an interesting tidbit of information. I will tell you that, and I'm gonna leave it at that. My man Carito says I was kidding about spreading the seeds, Dr. Mike. I'm very lucky to have a wonderful peanut girlfriend. You're good, man. I was just giving you a hard time too. My man said call center agents get a bad rep because they get paid higher than a lot of people, so they get a lot of hate too. They do get a lot of hate. I'm not gonna act like they don't, but sometimes they be low key doing some extracurricular. Jedi says you got to be very selective if you want to go bareback in the Philippines. Lots of loose girls there. Yes, everybody who thinks that that it's all peaches and cream, you might want to reconsider and reevaluate your thought process on that one. John, if you want to work in a call center, please feel free, my dude. They're always hiring. Maybe you could be the hiring manager, and you could be the one to vet all of the new people that are coming in. My man says oh, I'm sorry, guys. Get lost. I'm not trying to get y'all caught up. I'm just being honest. Damn, my man can't be honest with his folk. Trust me, how many Filipinos are actually listening to me? Nobody gives a fuck about what I say. Come on, guys. You know, I'm that guy that nobody cares about. So I think you'll be safe. Don't worry about it. You'll be all right. Let me. I gotta try to get my internet to start acting right. It's starting to cut up on me, guys. I'm sorry. Get Lost says there's too many cameras in the break rooms and sleeping quarters. People dragging it. Hey man, them cameras don't work in there. And all you got to do is turn the lights off, bruh. What you think? You think they ain't smart enough to figure out how that game works, man? Come on, bruh. Get Lost. I'm with you on that one, man. If you go raw dog on your side piece, good luck to you, my friend. I passed though. John Doe, if that's what you believe, my friend, locked down under the skirt, I'll take it. I'll smile about it, but I'll take it. Lone Wolf says, I could never have a main chick in the Philippines. I disappear on these chicks after a week, hanging out and sexing them. Be careful. just be careful with that one, man. Just be careful. You think it'll be 100% worse after marriage? Probably. But I'm willing to take my L's, man. I take everything with a grain of salt, man. I've had a lot of fun. All this HIV shit got me scared anyway, so I'm more than okay, man. Trust me, I have my fun, man. I've definitely been guilty of a lot of that one. You said the cameras in the front doors of the break room, so I just don't see it happening. Get Lost. It depends. I guess it depends on the call center, man. It depends on the call center because I'm not putting anything past it. I've heard too many people. I've heard too many people tell me stories about it, and these people have no reason to lie to me. So, okay, like I said, if you don't believe it's gonna happen in the break room, better believe it's gonna happen in the bathroom. If you don't believe it'll happen in the break room, you bet your bottom dollar it's gonna happen. You bet your bottom dollar it's gonna happen in the bathrooms. Can't have cameras in the bathrooms. Tell me how many people are actually hanging around the bathrooms. You know how many bathrooms call centers have? A lot. They got a couple on each floor. No, Eddie, I'm not behind on my chats for once. I actually caught up. That's because most of y'all was talking to yourselves, man. Y'all was talking to one another, man. So I just let y'all have those conversations and I didn't read them out. So we do what we do, man, and we have the fun that we have, guys. I know I'm no different than any of y'all, man. I enjoy my life. I have fun doing whatever it is that I want to do when I want to do it. But, you know, Doc just makes sure that he... John, that's because you can go to the Philippines whenever you want to. And besides, she's working, bro. She's working. So I think 24/7 is enough to enough to make you lose your damn mind. I get it. Like I said, my girl works too, time to time. Like I said, I shouldn't say 24/7, but I mean, whenever I'm with her, I kind of make sure I stay with her. That's all. Then when I need to get away, I will get away. But for the most part, the only thing I do when I'm away is go play poker or some shit like that. Just have some fun. My man Chuck Tucker, what's good with you, bro? Appreciate y'all coming through and showing love to the doc, man. This has been a good show, man. A very informative show. Main chick versus side chick. What do you do if you ever get caught cheating on your Filipina? I tell you, walk away, drop the mic, and walk away. A lot of people will tell you, man, you better pimp that hoe. But I'm just kind of a guy that just doesn't believe in sleeping with one eye open. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you putting the D on her real good, then I don't think you have nothing to worry about. There probably wouldn't be a reason for her to want to get out of the relationship, but yeah, maybe you might want to get out of the relationship. My man Get Lost says, yo, Doc, why some of these shorties don't give a crap if you're married? Hey, you want to know why they don't care? Shit. They like guys who are in relationships because it proves that you as a foreigner have the ability to settle down. I think I get more girls looking at me now than I did before I had a girlfriend. They don't care. Filipinos do not care. Some of them don't. You do have some that respect the sanctity of a relationship, but most of them don't, man. Most of them don't care. I think it turns them on to see you with somebody. That's why that's your best friend. Just being seen with a chick can almost do you more favors than you would ever imagine. But I'm gonna leave that one and keep that one to myself. He said these women stare hard when I'm with my lady dude trying to holler at her too at work. But I ain't tripping. Oh nah, man. If somebody tried to holler at my girl the other day, she told me, I kind of laughed about it. You know, she was doing something with her phone and the dude got her number for something that she ended up buying. And I wasn't around. And the dude was texting her, trying to get her Facebook, got up on her Facebook and shit. I started laughing. I said, somebody don't want to get their feelings hurt, do they? And that's all I did. That's all I said. I said, somebody want to get their feelings hurt. And she like, no. I said, okay. And then I left it at that. I mean, it's just, yeah. It's just the way it is for me. Chuck, you say, what's the best time to come out? You mean out the closet or out to the Philippines? Let me know before I actually give you a definitive answer. You want to know when the best time to come out the closet or the best time to come out to the Philippines? I need to know. I'm just fucking with you, but I want to hear you say it. Philippines. Okay. I just wanted to hear you say it, bro. It gets hot around May, so it gets pretty hot. And then the rainy season is like June till about, I mean, I think, like I said, September, November is always a pretty decent time to come around just after the typhoon season. I think October is like typhoon season or something like that. So, you know, just after that, you'll be all right. He said, my lady went through my phone one day and all hell broke loose. Get lost. I'm telling you, worst thing that could ever happen. You better be careful. Alaska says, if I have a good girlfriend later down the line, I'll definitely slow my roll. But until then, forget that. Smash and dash, my dude. If you live that lifestyle, you do you, bruh. I ain't going to stand between you and the fun that you want to have. I'm just telling you, if you do so carefully. Be discreet in the way that you choose to handle your relationship. There you go, John. He says, when you have a side chick, the operative word is discretion. Very true. You got to be discreet. You got to be discreet when it's, you know, when you're out there trying to get you something. Very true. Very, very true. Discretion is not everybody's favorite word. I'll say that. Get Lost says she told me to block Shorty and never talk to her again. So whoever said that about the Filipino ways, that's true. That was John. John can take full credit for that one. No, Japan is actually a pretty awesome place too. I'm not gonna lie, it's expensive as hell. But yeah, I think I would probably still consider Philippines over Japan. But you know, that's just one person's opinion over another. My man Eddie Jackson says, number one, never let a girl go through your phone. Number two, get a secret second phone. That's funny. Don't let her go through your phone and get a secret second phone. Yeah. Be careful. Is February good because me and my boy coming out? I have a girl I'm meeting there. I think February is not a bad time either. Yeah, like John said, January to April is fine. So that should be about right. Delete everything. Get lost. Hey, get lost. You know what's funny? You say delete everything. You don't think that girl gonna get suspicious when she sees that your phone is clean as a whistle? She gonna be like, boy, what the hell, man? She's like, you don't even have a text message from your mama on this phone. You know, you don't even have a regular Viber message from your family. Your phone be super clean, super squeaky clean. You don't think for 1 second she gonna look at you like you like something ain't right with that situation. I think she's definitely gonna have something to say about that. But like I say, man, can't prove it. So fuck it. Let's keep it moving. Oh, Michael Smith. Everybody should have a about they always gonna be asking for your password, and when you say no, she gonna be like, why? And then you gotta answer those questions. You'd be like, why? Because I don't think there's anything in there for you to even be worried about. It's too much work, people. It's too much work, guys. I'm sorry. It sounds good. He said, but as the doc said, it is very expensive. Yes, Jedi, it's very, very expensive. But I'll tell you this right now. If there's one thing that I do like about Japan, if there's one thing about Japan that I do like, the minute that you touch down and you're granted entry into the country, do you know you have a 3-month visa? When you touch down in Japan, you get a 3-month visa without having to renew it. I was like, wow, I got my 3-month visa stamp. That shit's awesome. I love it. Could have stayed there for 3 months. I didn't have 3 months worth of shit to do there, but you could have. John Doe, you talk about the dual SIMs, the phones with dual SIMs. I'm not sure if you can get away with that because some of that stuff still be showing up on the phone. That sucks. Don't let the girl realize, oh, you got 2 SIMs in here. What's on the other SIM? Questions. 21 questions like this damn 50 Cent song. Yes, you do not want to get caught with your side piece. Just gotta be careful, guys. Eddie Jackson says, Doc, the second phone for those guys who can't control their women going through their phones. I love to have the second phone. My girl knows about both of my phones. One is my US phone, one is my Philippine phone. She can go through it anytime. She can go through it. I'm not gonna even trip, man. I would love to go to Japan right now, bro. That'd be awesome. My man Get Lost says, need that fingerprint scanner. He said they will have a wild argument. They'll have a wild argument about getting into that phone. True. Secret second phone. Don't let her leave stuff over your place. Change those sheets and clean up the hair on the floor. Damn, y'all have really figured it out, haven't you? You can also load incognito apps on your phone to hide photos. Video. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it's about 4 hours. I'm sorry, I didn't answer the question. Yeah, the Manila to Japan, it's a 4-hour flight. Absolutely. Anthony Brown, I would go to South Korea. I would go. I think it's an awesome place. I have nothing against South Korea. I think it sounds like a place that I would want to go. Hold on, guys. I got to read a text message. Gotta throw away receipts. Y'all you gotta be super stealthy. That's the best way for me to put it. You gotta be super stealthy in how you handle your situations. And there's ladies in the background right now taking notes on all of y'all. We're all exposed, guys. I hope you know that. All the ladies in the background are sitting here just taking notes. They go watch this live stream about 100 times just so that they can make sure they ain't missed nothing. But it's all good. In case they don't know, we're a bunch of gentlemen over here, so we're good to go. Nobody should give their passcode to their girlfriend. I knew that for sure. He said, how are the women in South Korea? Is it worth the trip? I gotta ask my brother about South Korea, man. He was over there, still is over there right now. So yeah, he's on TDY. So I should ask him how he feels about it. I think he's enjoying it. So I think it's worth the trip. But it might take some time to get where you want to get in reference to how you get with ladies out there. I've never been, so I can't tell you I know the rules and regulations out there. My man Get Lost says, even if you're not home, work within a 10-minute frame, she gonna blow that phone up and ask if you fucking someone. Who you fucking? Yeah, that shit's hilarious. Like, bitch, who you fucking? I'm like, I nobody. What are you talking about? I think a girl do that to catch your ass up. Like, who you talking to? Who you fucking with? Sometimes they'll do that just to catch you stuttering and shit. So you better have all of your answers prepared in advance, man. Anthony, you should enjoy yourself, man. Oh, shit. All right, guys. It has been fun. It has been real. I think that we've touched on everything that we can do. That we can. if they have a side dude, Hassan, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, in that video I made, he says a dude will cheat on a Filipino before they get a chance to cheat on him. It's the craziest thing. But sometimes in some situations, that shit just might be true. It's a scary thought, my friends. Scary, 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 scary thoughts. But guys, I appreciate y'all coming through and showing love, man. Unless you guys got anything else you want to add to this video, Doc is gonna go ahead and cut the stream. We've done an hour and a half. That seems like a solid enough number. I appreciate all of y'all coming through. Rain Man, Get Lost, I see you. Hassan, Alasky, my boy Lone Wolf, John Doe, as always. I'm trying to remember everybody because I can't scroll all the way back to the top. Alaskan Whiskey, my boy Eddie Jackson. I know my man Frederick Mason from the great state of North Kakalaki was in the building with the good doc. I know that we had a couple of other brothers, man. I gotta get to y'all real quick. I know Reggie Coleman was here, my boy Reggie Dallas, Anthony Brown Jr. I see you guys. Get Lost Vlogs. Thank you guys for being here. If I miss your name, leave it down at the bottom. Michael Smith, Chuck Tucker. Appreciate you guys being here, man. It's been a little bit of time with the doc as he serenades you with some bullshit, but just having fun, guys. You know the game. Everything we do here, we take with a grain of salt. We keep it moving. My boy Carito, the Black Swordsman, thank you for coming through. If I miss your name, it's not on purpose, okay? Jedi, always love, bro. My man Chaz, Jerry from Philippines and beyond, aka what used to be Philippines bound. Appreciate you coming through. Eyes on, I see you. NY Mets fan. All love, man. All love. Shit, let me make sure I get you guys. DE Raptor, my boy JD. Excuse me. Appreciate you coming through, man. Essential Classics, man. Always love. Akeem James, much love to you, bro. Kenny Mack, good to see you back. My boy AJ Stock, appreciate you coming through. If I miss your name, don't kill me. Just leave it down at the bottom. I think that I've touched everybody and that I can see in the most inappropriate way. My boy Halem, I hope I'm getting that right. Scuba Tom, always a pleasure, brother. Thank you for coming through. I think that we've done everything the best way we can. All right, guys, that seems to be damn near everybody. If I missed you, you can call me out on it later. Say, Doc, you missed me. You better put it down at the bottom if you want your shout out, because I'm about to go. I'm about to go take me a nap. But yeah, man, it was good to have you guys in the building, man. It was fun. Good conversation. Always positive. Always an awesome time when I get to spend time with my people, man. Good times. Rain Man, Koreans do have that really dolled up look. That's really funny, but it's true. All right, guys, I'm making sure I didn't miss anybody. It's always good to be here with you guys, man. It has been fun. You know what it is, and it has been real. But the good doc, he is officially out. At least Nako, but alam, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Mga kita. Mabuhay. Peace.